Hello, this is Frontline Rain 4 here, and we are going to take an old game, dust it off the shelf, and make it new. Now, as you may have saw from the title of this video, we are taking a new spin on a little bit of Guitar Hero. Now, we are not going to be using this amazing controller right here that was designed for the game. We are actually going to be using the 360 controller. If you may be a little bit too young to actually remember what an Xbox 360 is, which I hope you're not at this point, it's not that old of a console, this is what a 360 controller looks like. Now, how do you play Guitar Hero on this thing? Well, that is something we are going to find out. But first we are going to do a trial run with me playing on the guitar just to show you how good I am at the game normally and how bad I am at the game when trying to play with this thing, which arguably is much more difficult. As you can see, we are now in a camera view where you can actually see me playing the guitar controller, which is not making the game new, but demonstrating the fact that I am actually quite good at this game. So we are going to go down and be able to play Stricken right here. And this is the song that honestly I really like very much. And by the way, if you actually cannot hear the audio for this song and are hearing just like random sound effects and stuff, that's what you're supposed to be hearing, because I don't really want to have my video taken down for copyrighted music in it. So you can see it's like you can imagine the music being played, but you can't really actually hear it. You just gotta use your imagination. I haven't played this game in a long time, and I am like automatically just playing pretty well. I mean, I'm missing some notes because I'm doing commentary. Already commentary kind of makes you lose your focus. Because I've gotten multiple times like near to 100% on this song. Up until the solo. The solo's hard. But anyway, we're pretty much done with that. It's like we'll quit right about now and return to the main menu, and we'll switch to the actual controller instead of the guitar controller, like the Make It New episode is trying to present here. Alright, so we were on the expert difficulty and not having very many problems with the guitar controller. However, we're in the normal controller setup now, so we are actually going to go to hard difficulty. And we are going to go to the same song because honestly that would be the best thing to do and to actually compare these different things. Now, before we get in, I'd like to explain the left trigger is like the green button, the left bumper is the red. You can see like right at the bottom of the screen there while I pause it, you can still see the colors. So it goes green, red, then the right bumper is yellow, and the right trigger is the blue button. So it goes green, red, yellow, blue. And then you run out of like easy to go to things. It's like it has a pretty nice transition, I will admit, that you're just able to go right down the line. But then the orange button is the A button, and that's the thing that I always get mixed up upon. So whenever playing, it's like I just always don't do too well with oh no, I can't even speak well. It's like the orange button is the only one that I do not do well. It's like I discovered that you could actually use a controller when I was really into Guitar Hero 3, like this game that I'm playing right now. And I just always found it to be weird, and I wanted to practice with the controller, so that's the reason why I'm able to have so much muscle memory when doing this. I mean, I'm still not good, but at the same time, I'm also much better than I would have been otherwise. Because the first, you can see, it's like I'm really good at the first 4 buttons, but then once it goes down to the orange one, I just don't know what to do. try to make a good combination, and I have to lead it up to memorization of what different chords you can do with that section, because that's the only way you can like actually succeed at this in some way. You gotta figure out what it just feels like, which is what you do anyway. It's just like what you practice. But yeah, this whole entire thing, you can see the game mode is easier, but it's a lot harder to do. And also another thing that I'd like to mention, you can't just hold down each of these buttons and like use a strum like you can on the controller of the guitar. Because on the controller of the guitar, you can pretty much just like hold down one of these chords and keep strumming without ever taking your fingers off of the buttons. But here you have to keep pressing, like mashing the buttons to even get the result. You can see it's like I have to keep pressing this, and that's kind of make me fail. And once we get to like the solo here, I know it's the solo here because I'm pretty much like I've played this game a lot when I was younger, and I pretty much like mastered the game, got much better at it than my siblings ever were. I still like pride myself that I was the only one in the family to ever finish the game on expert mode. Oh my, I don't think I'm going to be able to survive this. Yeah, oh, I actually survived. Oh my, that was the end of the solo, by the way. But yeah, it's like, I'm really good with the guitar controller, but with a regular controller it gets very difficult. I would suggest you trying this out, by the way. I mean, a lot of you probably do have Guitar Hero at your homes. It's like, it is a popular game. I'm actually not sure if this works with like PlayStation versions of the game. Like, I'm not sure if they programmed that into there. I think that was the first star power sequence I've actually activated. But with like PlayStation, I'm not sure if they had this capability. I mean, they probably did, just based upon how they programmed it for the 360 edition of the game. But, you know, I think that it's interesting how they still allow you to play even if you don't have a guitar controller, even though I'm pretty sure the game like sold with a guitar controller anyway. But, and I don't know who would want to play like this. It's enjoyable, it makes the game new, but it's enjoyable for a certain amount of time. I have the luxury of knowing that I have a guitar controller if I ever want to switch back to it. And here, I only have this controller. For those people, they'd only have this controller, and I don't know how they'd even like stand that for just a tiny bit, you know. Oh, so we made it through our song right there. We might go through another one just to prove the point. And also, if you're going to do this challenge yourself and you don't know how to navigate these menus, because if I go all the way up to the top, you can see that the yellow button is set list, the blue button is bonus, and the orange button is downloads. Even though those buttons correspond to these triggers, really the X button is the bonus, the Y button is set list, and if you want to go downloads, it's the left bumper. I don't know why it's the left bumper, it seems like a really odd thing to do, but yeah, I have some different songs here. Why not us just do the Slash Guitar Battle, because I have that. It used to be free on the downloadable store, but I think they removed it since. I don't think there is a downloadable store anymore. I remember checking at one point, and yeah, if you actually download the song before a certain point, then you would have been happy, but now you can't actually do that. Oh my. This song is pretty much full of solos. I don't think I'll be able to survive for long. Or I might be able to, as long as there's not as many orange notes. I'm like, I know in my head that there's like music here, but I can't even like sing it to help me, especially like because it's all just copyrighted. I didn't want to deal with permissions or any of that stuff, so you know, I'm just going to kind of sit here and be all like, yeah, I had to turn off all sounds for this. And you're actually able to do that. You can see in the options right here, set audio, the band and guitar are set to 0 so you can't hear it. But the effects are still audible, so that's the reason why you're able to hear the crowd and all of that stuff. They're booing at me now because I paused the game, and because I'm bad, but you know, let's not think about that, you know. Let's make excuses for our misdoings. Oh my. That was easy. It's like when it comes down to those sequences that like have specific patterns to them, you're just able to go like up and down the controls, and you don't have to even think about what's going on. Oh my, we're not going to survive. We're not going to survive. Yeah, there we go. We failed our first song. I thought we were going to fail the song on Stricken earlier, but we survived. But yeah, we completed 37% on hard. So yeah, we're just going to quit right about now. So yeah, that's Guitar Hero Controller Challenge. And I would suggest you guys doing this as well, because it is quite an enjoyable experience. I mean, it's a frustrating experience. You guys probably have no experience like at all doing this, so you'll have a little bit more getting used to the controls. Maybe start on easy mode instead of hard like I did, or medium. Medium is also good because it uses the 4 buttons that actually make sense on the controller. The A button being used for the orange button is the only one that doesn't really make sense. But anyway, that is the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one where we make another game new. Or another video. You know, I make other things on this channel. But anyway, I will see you later. Bye.